Hello everyone, myself Pramod Peta. So in this presentation, I'm going to discuss about the enhancing security through advanced mobile device security and biometric authentication systems. So in this presentation, I'm going to discuss about all the findings from various resources that I have gone through and made a proper research papers findings. So I'm moving on to the next slide. Right. So in this the slide gives you information about all the introduction and the main significance that it provides. So when coming to the mobile device security, so it helps in mainly preventing data breaches and even helps you in uh, helps in giving much more security for unauthorized access to third party to fake persons and unauthorized persons that you doesn't even know, and it gives you multiple proper security to your financial information too, and even in multiple sectors like financial information when coming to, so using a proper pins and password patterns for your all your mobile devices helps you in increasing all your security, and at the same time this biometric authentication helps us to give a additional security layer for all your devices, even for even multiple apps like payment apps like Zelle, and even the cash apps for all those fingerprints and iris scans helps in give us much more reliable and user-friendly method for security devices. So these are some of the findings that I've gone through. So initially, that's a major user negligence is becoming a major risk because many of the users couldn't even be able to enable basic security features like passwords, pins, or like patterns to the devices. And on the other side, many of the Android devices are lacking in security when compared to the iOS because iOS have a clean environment when compared to the Android devices, and they doesn't even give access to the third-party persons. So on moving to the third is that the hardware-based encryption, like using micro SD cards and external devices give an additional security because we can be able to lock them up by and lock them and help them to give additional security by using the satellite ecosystem too. So on moving to the so, in this slide, even big companies like Samsung and BlackBerry couldn't be able to escape from these data breaches because of the weak internal security measures that have been followed across all the devices. The BlackBerry mainly because of they have been given access to the third-party services that made vulnerable across all these devices. Even techniques like sandboxing hasn't been much more efficient because of their because of no control over their ecosystem and no proper development across various across through various years that made them so that doesn't help them in increasing much more security. So the practical recommendation that I always provide is that the providing better education and giving greater use of hardware encryption always helps in enhancing the security. So when coming to the biometric authentication, the comprehensive findings that I have found are that these are much more accurate when compared to the mobile security. Like using fingerprint and recognitions are much more secure, and because they're highly accurate up to 98.6% and facial as like 99.4%. And using techniques like liveness detection and combining them with multiple biometric techniques helps us in increasing security and reduce risk. The challenges that I have always found is that like privacy concerns and mainly the absence of the standardized regulations across various users. When coming to this slide, the in e-government programs like Aadhaar are always be able to use the biometric authentication for improving the transparency. And when coming to the healthcare, the biometrics helps reducing the transparency in between the patient and the associated doctor. And when coming to the financial sector, this fingerprint and the iris scans are much more commonly used for the secure mobile payments. And so, when coming to the conclusion, no single solution will help in give you 100% accuracy and security, and always integration of the multi-layered approach is always necessary, more than following the traditional security measures like biometrics and hardware-based techniques. And for the future research, we should always explore through various biometric models by and integrating with the AI, artificial intelligence, and various machine learning techniques that are evolving in these coming days. And I feel way, I'm going to end my presentation and thank you for giving this opportunity.